What's going on, Moon Gang? I hope that you're having a good one. This video will be a quick stock market wrap up for both AMC and GameStop for today, Thursday, April 22nd. In this video, I'll be going over what happened in both of the stocks. I'll be giving you the most up-to-date and recent short interest numbers for both AMC and GME. And then at the end, I'll be doing a very quick technical breakdown. Before we get into that, just so you know, the public Moon Gang portfolio does have a new position. I bought some Las Vegas Sands calls with a strike price of $60 and an expiration date of May 21st. So that's a full month play, but it did come across on our Tiblio picker, which is our options picker service linked in the description below. But I liked what I was seeing in the chart. To me, it makes sense that the world is returning to the new normal. So I think these companies that have physical gambling locations, such as Las Vegas Sands, should do pretty well. So that's why I bought some call options on it. As of now, LVS is trading at $58. I'm looking to see how it reacts to the resistance at 62, followed by 64. All right, in terms of AMC, it closed out the day at $9.99. I know it doesn't feel like it, but it was actually green on the day. AMC ended up gaining 2.15%. Any day we're trending upward is obviously putting more and more pressure on the hedge funds betting against it. It was weird. The pre-market was absolutely awesome. The opening was awesome. At one point, we were as high as 1065, and most of the day we were heading around 1044. But in the second half of the day, basically because of announcements related to an increase in capital gains tax, which I will make a standalone video for, that hit the market, hit AMC, it hit GME, it hit a lot of stocks. So we closed out the day at 999. In terms of GME, not the best day. It was kind of selling off all day, and then that selling really sped up with that capital gains tax announcement, the increase in taxes. From there, at one point, we closed out the day at 151.17. We were down 4.63%, so we basically ended up dropping from 159 to as low as 146, and right now it's trading at 151. I personally was very, very excited about AMC, and then with the increase in tax announcement, it just threw a wrench in the plan, but that's just for one day. Clearly, there's something pretty bullish going on with AMC right now, so I'm very, very excited to see how this ends up tomorrow. Other than that, though, there was an interesting change in things related to AMC specifically. So ever since really Thursday, March 18th, the short interest and the shares on loan have gone higher and higher and higher, and today was actually the first day that the short interest slightly dropped. It was pretty much unchanged, dropped by 0.02%. It is worthwhile to note, like, this is, I guess, the first day we haven't seen an increase, but it is pretty much neutral. The net change of shares on loan was a decrease of 30,000, which in terms of AMC is absolutely nothing, because right now the shares on loan is still 153 million. Utilization started off today around 100%. I'm assuming we're at 100% or the very high 99%. We'll know when the market updates tomorrow morning. And other than that, the current estimated short interest of the free float is 23.43%. Once again, that's all for AMC. In terms of GameStop, we actually saw a drop in that as well, a drop of 0.4%. The net change was a return of 61,000 shares, which puts the shares on loan just under, it's right above 15 million. Remember, the free float for AMC is 400 million. The free float for GameStop is 15 million. Utilization is around 55%, and the estimated short interest is currently 27.72%. So we haven't seen this in a while. As of now, both meme stocks, AMC and GME, did have a slight baby decrease in the short interest, but the magnitude of these short interest numbers is still sky high. So I'm excited to see how things play out tomorrow, because it is Friday, so a lot of options are expiring. So I'm hoping that there's an uptick in volatility, and knock on wood, I'm hoping that the volatility does favor us in the bull camp, our space ape, diamond-handed hodlers. Obviously, I'm hoping that these things really trend upward. And man, I was just so excited with AMC today. The price action we were seeing was absolutely phenomenal, at least for the first half of the day. So I'm hoping that we can get a continuation of that tomorrow. And in all honesty, I'm hoping that it continues throughout the entire day. So now with that being said, let's look at some of the technical levels. You can actually better see this here. I mean, over the all day Wednesday and for the first half of the day today, AMC has been on a tear. I mean, it's gone from 970 all the way up to 1065. I was in yesterday's update video, I did point out the resistance at 1050, also aligning with this trend line. I thought, man, I was really hoping we were going to break it, but we didn't. So now at least hopefully we have the chance to build a support at a newer, higher level. So when we start to run again, we will have more momentum and more range to run. Remember, previously in yesterday's update video, I was saying 975 to 1010 is resistance. Now that we're on the top side of it, coming back down, I'm hoping that this entire region can act as support. As you can see down here in the RSI, stands for Relative Strength Index. It's probably one of the most common technical indicators in the market. It just maps out bullish against bearish momentum. Very high is pretty bullish. Very low is pretty bearish. In other words, when it gets this high, it's commonly considered to be overbought. So I am okay with taking a breather. I wish it hit 11 and then took a breather. But anyway, like, we can't split hairs now. So I'm hoping that now that the RSI has had a chance to cool off, I'm hoping tomorrow quickly get above 1010. I want to break through 1050. From there, we have 11, which is just a key psychological level. I think things get specifically interesting for AMC if it can break above 1185. I think that's the part, honestly, when I think we're going to see quite a few of the hedge funds throwing in the towel, calling in their loss, which could potentially trigger a short squeeze and gamma squeeze, vice versa, back and forth. On the downside, I am looking for AMC to hold 1075, and from there, I would say the next major support that we've seen is around $9. Once again, that's all for AMC. In terms of GME, let's switch this up a bit. Little bit of a different chart. We actually are, today we bounce off of an oversold RSI reading, so I'm hoping that this can hold at that key level of 150. In terms of resistance, I'm expecting a little bit of a hiccup in the region between 160 and 168. From there, I will very, very closely be watching 185. If you've been watching any of these update videos, you know how important 185 is for GameStop. In terms of where I said things get really interesting for AMC above 1185, in terms of GameStop, I would say that's above 250. But to get there, obviously, we have to go above 185, and we also know that there is a region of resistance between 200 and 212. In terms of the downside, we're looking for 150 to hold. Other than that, there is an area of consolidation around 140, but I'm very much looking for 134 to hold. So that's the price levels of interest tomorrow when we have a big day of options expiring. So hopefully there's more volatility. Like I said, I obviously want that to favor us. Upward volatility, I would like way better than just some severe sell-off. We can get that. Quite a few options are expiring if you look at the current open interest. So I hope that there's some interesting jockeying for position. Really just anything better than this sideways grind. There is an argument, yes, that even on sideways grind day, that does favor us, because remember, anyone who's betting against AMC and or GME does have to pay like just a rental fee on those shares. So really, if we go sideways or up, that is good for us. But just in terms of us keeping the interest in this story, it is way easier. Like, I know there's hardcore diamond handlers out there, but it's way easier to keep people interested, like kind of these fair weather investors and traders, if there's some cool, exciting fundamental developments and technical developments, specifically with breaking out above resistance. So that's what's going on with both AMC and GME. I would love to get your thoughts on both of these tomorrow, specifically as we're heading into a Friday. What do you think's going on? Do you think that the hedge funds are like at their breaking point of like where it's going to happen? Let me know. I think there's fatigue on both sides of this battle, and I'm just curious of your thoughts. Also, might as well speak a little bit about what's going on with Dogecoin. Dogecoin had an interesting day. Nice rally up to 31 cents, especially given that the market was selling off. But since then, there's been a bit of a sell-off down to 27 cents. If you are yourself in Dogecoin, I think it is worthwhile just for me to quickly point out one region of support is around 26 cents. Then we have 25 cents. At that point of 25 cents, I am assuming the RSI would be considerably oversold. So I think that would be a good dip buy opportunity, at least in my book. Please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. It's definitely good for you to do your own research, kind of figure out what's going on, because at the end of the day, it is your own money. But without all that being said, let me know your thoughts on AMC and GME in a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, it would be much appreciated if you could drop a like, leave a comment. It just helps me out the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already, don't forget to join up with the Moon Gang by hitting the subscribe button. Don't forget, I will be doing a live stream 9 a.m. bright and early tomorrow. I hope I see you there. Until then, from me and Chair and Duckshirt, best of luck in the markets.